Hey, you guys, Mr. West here, sitting in the backyard again. I was kind of wondering what I was going to talk about today, and I was scrolling through YouTube, and it came across a video by Sober Start, and it didn't have a title. It was just posted about 40 minutes ago. And in this video that Rick posted, seems to be drunker in hell. And of course, he's just saying the type of stuff that we're all used to. You know, if this doesn't work out, then he's giving it up and everything. It is what it is. And I'm certainly not making this video to make fun of Rick. I've never made a video to make fun of Rick. But this video kind of reminded me of when I was in my 20s. Rick, I'm going to talk to you straight like I always do. When I was in my 20s, I had moved back to southern Idaho. And I was pretty excited about that because I was going to get a chance to be in the life of my mom and her side of the family and all the people that I'd missed out on my entire life because I lived with my dad. And, I've always had a drinking problem. And so at first, people would come around, obviously excited. I was obviously excited. I wasn't drinking around them, right? I was hiding it from them. And the more that they would come over, the more comfortable I would become the longer I was there. So, of course, I got to the point where I was getting drunk and people would see me that way, and it didn't bother them so much at first. But these were family members. This was my mother that I never got to be around my entire life. This was her side of the family. And they eventually stopped coming around, basically, is what I'm getting at. And at first, I thought maybe it was because they were upset with me. And maybe they just, I don't know. At the time, I thought that I was a fuck up. And to a certain extent, I probably was. But what I learned over time was that they weren't distancing themselves from me because they were mad at me or because they thought I was a fuck up. They had to distance themselves from me because they loved me. And it hurt them to see me destroying myself and wasting my potential. I didn't quit drinking. I didn't quit drinking for a lot of years after that. And so what could have been something that was, could have been something beautiful. We could have been building memories and all kinds of stuff like that, right? But we didn't get to because of what I chose. And the reason why I'm saying this to you, Rick, is because I'm going to have to do with you the same thing that other people have had to do with me. And that is to cut you off and distance myself. And the reason why I made the video is because I want you to know I'm not mad at you. I don't think you're a fuck up. I'm nobody that can judge whether or not you are a fuck up when we have a similar affliction. But I choose to deal with my affliction differently than you. And I'm sure that you can understand that my peace has to come first. What I've been able to do in these almost 9 months now, alcohol free, is build a life that I won't let anyone affect in a negative way at all. And as much as I would love to help you, as much as I would love to see you get out of this situation, it's a situation that is 99% what you are going to have to do. I want to give you a suggestion, okay? Just one suggestion. If you want to get better, but you don't know how, I want you to take one thing, make it so insignificant, man. I'm talking about what is something that you could change about yourself, that you're willing to change, that you could change, that you know is fucking things up for you. Just one little tiny thing. I'm not asking you to tackle sobriety right now. I'm asking you if there is one thing that is fucking your life up that you could change and that you are willing to change. I'm asking if you can do that one thing. And I want you to make the thing so damn small and so insignificant that it would be laughable for you not to be able to do it. Okay? And the reason why I'm asking you to do that is because I believe you can. And then I want you the next day to find something just as equally hard or difficult or easy. Pick easy. And I want you to tackle that thing next. These need to be things that are so laughably easy that you could do. Okay? Now you might be asking me why. Don't worry about it. Okay? If you're willing to do those couple of things, then I personally won't cut you off completely. But if you're not willing to do those things and show your work, then you need to understand that I need to protect my peace, because my peace is what protects my family, my life. This thing that I started almost 9 months ago, this thing that you started over a year ago, you have yet to complete your mission. You keep starting the mission, messing up, and then rather than just keep on going, you keep restarting. Your channel has a perfect name: Sober Start, Sober Start, Sober Start, Sober Start, Sober Start. I'm with Joe on this one. You need to change the name of your channel. That's my personal opinion. Something more truthful. I think it still should be something that is a aim, like a goal. You understand what I'm saying to you? I want to be able to help you. I want to even be able to, even though I know I might not be able to help you, I want to be able to support you. When you come into the lives, I want to be like, hey, what's up, big dog? I want to be able to acknowledge you as a peer. I don't want to say what you should be right now, right? What does Tony Robbins say? You shouldn't should people, because then you end up shooting on them or some shit like that. I fucked it all up. But I'm not going to tell you how you should be, because I should be somewhere different myself, given the age that I'm at and things like that. It's a shame, homeboy. I mean, that was rough, man. I was, the last time I spoke to you on a video, I was more, excuse me, I was more confrontational, and it wasn't my intention. And so I'm certainly more intentional about this video here, okay? And I'm going to say and suggest to other people too that unless you make some real strides, like quick, fast, and in a hurry, I'm going to ask and suggest that maybe people leave you to your own devices. You have all the information that you need. You have everything inside of you in order to be able to do this. Make the sober start again, okay? But then after you've made the sober start, enter into recovery, okay? Think about it this way. If you break your legs because you were jumping off of a shed, you can say to yourself a million times, I'm going to quit jumping off of sheds. That's a great idea, but it's not going to help your legs heal. We can make the decision to stay sober. That's just a decision. That's a one-time thing. I mean, you can make the decision 100 times, right? You've shown that. But that's a one-time thing. You make the decision and then you enter into recovery. And you start looking and you say, where do I need to heal right now? Or, as I always suggest, get around the right people. Find out how things work and then apply it. Okay? Get around the right people. Ask those people the questions. Hey, man, what do I need to do here? Because I do not know what the fuck I'm doing. And then, despite what your super intelligent brain tells you, okay, that same super intelligent brain of yours is the same super intelligent brain that got you in this position. So, despite whatever that brain of yours tells you, you listen to that person who has success in that area. You don't have that success. Get around those people, ask those people the right questions, and then just believe in the process, okay? You don't have to understand why it works. It works. You are not unique. Like Stu said, you're not unique. I'm not unique. None of us are unique. Not to the extent that there isn't something that works for one of us. Yeah, sure, we're all unique in the sight of God. But we all share a very similar affliction that can be overcome. Well, this video went a little long. I hope that you guys all, anybody who's watching this, understand this, okay? I'm not picking on Rick. I don't want to pick on Rick. I do want to support Rick. And Rick does come to my channel. He comes to my lives and things like that. Okay? We have a decent back and forth, he and I. But he also understands, and just like I hope that you understand, that we need to protect our peace first. That doesn't mean we got to go and bag on someone, right? Rick's not my enemy. His affliction is my enemy. His affliction is the same as mine. It's very similar to mine. And that's my enemy. The old way of thinking that I used to have is the enemy. There isn't any of us that can't recover. Okay? I truly believe that. Have a great rest of your day on purpose. Okay? God bless you. I'm out of here.